Hello and welcome, everybody. We shall wait for a few more moments for everyone else to join and then we shall begin. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. To all those who have joined, I would request all of you to kindly adhere to the ground rules for the event. Kindly mute yourself until required. And for any questions to be asked, please put them in the chat box and our team will take it from there. Right? And one more information that this event is going to be streamed live over YouTube. Thank you. We are going to start in a moment now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and valued participants. Welcome to the ESG GRIT Awards 2024. This evening, we gather to celebrate purpose, progress, and sustainable transformation as we honor leaders, innovators, and change makers who are redefining the landscape of environmental, social, and governance practices throughout the world. Our theme this evening, ESG and sustainability. Where are we now? Invites us to reflect on the journey that we have been taking together towards a more responsible, resilient, and impactful future. On behalf of CorpStage, I am Devanshi, your host for the evening. It is my pleasure to guide you all through a program filled with thought provoking insights, celebrations, and inspiration. Once more, I would request you all to kindly adhere to the ground rules for the event, please. Kindly mute yourselves until required. For any questions to be asked, you can all put them into the chat box and our team will take it from there. Okay, so let us officially begin with the program. Now, to officially open this special event, I am honored to introduce a visionary leader and the founder of CorpStage, Dr. Nisha Kohli. Dr. Kohli is a seasoned professional with over 24 years of experience in consulting, training, and managing finance functions across multinational and private organizations. Driven by a profound passion for impacting the sustainability and entrepreneurship ecosystem, Dr. Kohli has dedicated her career to advising companies on ESG management and reporting. Through her work, she has created sustainable value and helped numerous organizations to integrate responsible practices into their core operations. This evening, we are privileged to have her guiding us through this inspiring evening as we come together to celebrate the ESG champions who are shaping a more sustainable future. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Nisha Kohli.
Thank you, Devanshi. Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, esteemed colleagues, thought leaders, Mr. Wong, Dr. Jagannathan, Frank, Ashit, Thilan, all of you, all the nominees and winners out here today. I should say all the thought leaders and the change makers. It's a great honor for me to welcome you all for this evening today, which is 2024 ESG World Summit and GRIT Awards. We are gathering here today, I should say, fortunately or unfortunately, virtually. We are a part of big movement, a collective commitment that we have made to make this world a more sustainable, ethical, transformed, and resilient world. In 2022, we started hosting this event, which was our first edition in Singapore. We had participation from more than 20 countries, from more than 50 nominees, 50 companies which were nominees, and 25 were the winners in that year. It was a great year. As you know, in 2022, yet we had no regulatory or mandatory requirements for reporting. Even then, companies were doing so well, and they applied for the awards and recognition. Last year, we hosted the event again on a global scale in Bangkok, which was again a huge success. This year, we initially had planned the event to host it in the Middle East. However, due to unforeseen logistical challenges and scheduling conflicts with our co-organizer, we made the decision to relocate the event to Bangkok, but later, considering broad distant participation and to ensure greater accessibility and engagement from our global community and the nominations, we decided to host it virtually. When we started in 2022, the theme of our event was transformation. And that's why you can see the butterfly coming in different colors in all the 3 years that we have. Then we moved to collective action and collaboration in 2023. This year, we wanted to learn from your journeys and how far have you come and progressed in the ESG practices and sustainability. That's why we chose our theme as ESG and sustainability. Where are we now? Now, this theme asks us not only to reflect on our journey, but also to reignite our resolutions to drive impactful change in the world where sustainable transformation has become an imperative. If we look globally through IPCC reports, it's almost confirmed that we won't be able to keep our temperatures below 1.5 degrees. Regulatory demands have intensified across the globe. All the stock exchanges have come up with mandatory requirements. UN SDG goals of 2030 have been have been ineffective and have been off track. Net zero commitments have also been seen ineffective. Greenwashing concerns are increasing. UN SDGs, UN has recently introduced accelerated SDGs integration, which requires transformation and change management. Now, despite these barriers, we are also witnessing remarkable strides in ESG practices by the companies. Around the world, companies are increasingly adopting sustainable practices, embracing the mandatory requirements such as EU CSRD, ISSB guidelines, and so many others. The recent focus has been on, as we have seen in COP28 and the coming COP29, the recent focus has been on climate accommodation and resilience and how to prepare businesses and communities to mitigate these climate-related risks and build resilience. In terms of technology, we are seeing that artificial intelligence is taking a center place, and advanced, technologies and technologies and even ESG reporting, enabling real-time, precise data collection and analysis. So what we used to hear about 4 or 5 years back, that there are data challenges with companies, those data challenges are being overcome. Slowly, we are seeing that there are enhanced frameworks, enhanced technologies, which are enabling the greater transparency in not only in terms of ESG reporting, but also in terms of GHG emissions and broader environmental and social impact goals. Now, as we move into 2025, these trends will continue to grow and will define the scope and shape the sustainability efforts worldwide. Now, having said that, what is going to happen in 2025? Let's keep that aside and embrace the change. Welcome 2025 with great positive mindset. And today we are here to celebrate the remarkable achievements of individuals and organizations leading the way in sustainability and ESG. Now, I was asked this question, what's the difference between ESG and sustainability? Sustainability is E plus S. That means the practices that you're following in environmental and social aspects. And then when you combine it with G and start reporting, and which is considered for financing and investment decision, that's ESG practice. I think that's the simple way to understand it, but it's nothing different than corporate sustainability. Now, from pioneering sustainable energy solutions to creating transparency in supply chains, the impact of these efforts of the nominees today here have been profound. It was difficult to select and to identify, and it was very, very difficult to reject a few companies because all of them are contributing in some way or the other. Now, through our GRIT Awards, we recognize trailblazers who inspire us and set new benchmarks in environmental and social responsibility. However, CorpStage, through these awards, is just scratching the surface. The summit is call to action, a call for each one of us to continue continue pushing the boundaries, to innovate, and to hold ourselves accountable. Each one of us, as leader, to policymaker, to investor, has a role to play. Let's take this as a challenge for balancing the profitability with purpose, for achieving the growth, not just for the shareholders, but also the communities, employees, and ecosystems. Today, I challenge each one of us to think boldly and act courageously. Let's explore how we can invest in renewable energy, decarbonization, sustainable products, and design our business models in such a way that we can help the planet alongside profit. So, to close this, I believe the path forward lies in collaboration and in scaling the innovations that you all have achieved. That's why we are recognizing. Something happened. I don't know what. Yeah. Am I there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So let's just together we can drive these efforts in shaping a sustainable future for all of us. Thank you. And let's make this summit a catalyst for this transformative change. Welcome to 2024 ESG Awards Summit and GRIT Awards. May today inspire you, empower you, and pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable future. Thank you very much. Welcome you all.
Thank you, Dr. Kohli. Thank you for laying the foundation for this evening. And what can be a better theme to enter into the future than this that we are going to have today? So thank you for those powerful and inspiring words. Let us now move to a very short video from our team to introduce the GRIT Award and what this day means to us.
It is time for change. It is time for ESG. Welcome to GRIT Awards 2024. Today we have gathered to celebrate your success stories, your hard work, and your leading steps towards a sustainable and a responsible future. As we embark on this unforgettable journey together today, let us remember that every achievement, every initiative, and every step forward is a beacon of change. You are the architects of a better future. So, let's celebrate, let's inspire, and let's continue to lead with purpose. Welcome to a day dedicated to progress, passion, and impact.
Thank you, team. Moving forward, we are very honored to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Henry Wong. With over 40 years of global experience across China, the Middle East, Asia, and Europe, Mr. Wong is an influential international advisor, director, author, and speaker. Currently, he serves as president of Yale University and holds multiple board positions. In addition to his distinguished career, Mr. Wong has authored several important books that I have got my hands on well, and I also recommend all of us to read his book, Climate Change and Clean Energy Management, Challenges and Growth Strategies, that has been published in 2019, which explores strategies for transitioning from fossil fuels to cleaner energy sources, smart city designs, green transportation, and climate finance. Also, we have another book, Renewable Energy Management in Emerging Economies, published in 2020. So we are deeply honored to have the privilege of hearing today from Mr. Wong as he shares his insights, guiding us through the evolving landscape of ESG. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Henry Wong.
Thank you very much. And for inviting me to speak. and I have prepared a presentation which I like to share with you. In this presentation, I like to talk about sustainability and ESG and where we are, and I will base this on my 6 books, together with the work I've done with the G20, B20 task force, and also lectures I've given at University of Strasbourg and London University. The topics I'll cover is climate change, G20 and B20 work. We talk a lot about, I'll share with you some of the findings in the task force in climate and ESG. And I'll talk about sustainable developments and the latest surveys we've done with CEOs and the landscape of ESG and the new framework that is being introduced. I'll also share with you some of the global discussions on green finance, sustainability, ESG, and the global outlook. So climate change, we all know, is one of the most serious threats facing the world, is leading to caused by rising CO2 levels and resulting in global warming. And this is leading to many extreme weather incidences, such as extreme rainfall, flooding, fires, and sea level changes. So the G20 leaders takes this very seriously. I'm being honored to be invited to join their task force in the last 4 years, headed by the G20 presidency of Saudi Arabia, Italy, Indonesia, and India. Typically, they invite about 100 to global CEOs and international experts to work for about 10 months together. And we work normally between January to October to prepare the policy recommendation and white paper to be presented to the G20 leader in their summit, normally in November, in the host country. So I'm glad to share that our recommendations have been accepted and endorsed by the G20 leaders, and these are being implemented globally on climate and ESG. And particularly, I will share with you 2 important policy policy paper that we've presented to the G20 leader. The first one was the one we did in 2022 that was endorsed by the Indonesian president, and he presented it to the G20 leaders in the G20 Leaders Summit in Bali. Where there he proposed really enhanced global cooperation to accelerate the transition to clean energy uses. Also, the president presented a very important principle which particularly is important for and relevant for ESG, and that is the principle of common but differentiated responsibility. What this means is that all the G20 leaders support the importance of ESG, but it is recognized that each country would have different interests and requirements, so they are allowed to implement different ESG system under the differentiated responsibility principle. In G20 India presidency in 2023, Prime Minister Modi was particularly interested in ESG and invited me to join the ESG in Business Action Council. And the recommendation, the objective of this Action Council was really to formulate recommendation to accelerate ESG practices across companies and countries. But the chief objective that Prime Minister Modi and his team focus on was to promote a more level playing field, because there's recognized to be many different anomalies and mismatches in ESG systems across the world. So Prime Minister Modi, we presented our policy paper to Prime Minister Modi. He endorsed it and then presented to the G20 leaders in Delhi, in their summit in Delhi. And all the G20 leaders supports ESG and have regulatory mandates for climate and ESG disclosures. But it is recognized and accepted by the leaders there is no consistency in the selection of disclosure parameters. And also, there is no firm guideline for weightage for rating agencies. So this creates a lot of problems around the world. So the G20 leaders, after discussion, agreed to support the development and adaptation of a new common ESG framework by all 20 nations through countrywide mandate in the next 5 years. So this is an important decision by the G20 leaders. And we are actually at this stage seeing the development of this. And I will talk about this more with you. And sustainable development really has been a very important development, and it is recognized now more and more by companies and CEOs that they need to accelerate their transition. And I've discussed this in my book on the roadmap to sustainable business transformation and net zero carbon emissions. Very important driver. I mean, these are no longer driven just by government mandates and regulations. Our survey of international CEOs are seeing them that they are recognizing climate and ESG as some of their top business priorities. They are putting CEOs are putting ESG firmly in their company strategies and business missions. They are laying out clear financial cases for climate actions. And a good example is many companies have actually suffered huge financial losses and damages as results of climate and extreme weather events. And they also see it as a way to maintain and demonstrate financial discipline and improve their sustainability reporting. At the same time, investors and stakeholders are also pushing for more transparencies in company reporting and in ESG reporting. These include ESG rating agencies, disclosure reports that are required by the SFCs and stock markets of leading countries. There are strong engagement and dialogue now. Investors are demanding and company be transparent on these. So these are actually very good bottom-driven drivers to encourage companies and governments to adopt more ESG, to improve their ESG regulations and systems. At the same time, international rating agencies there are many of these like MSCI, ISS, FTSE, they are all running different systems which are recognized by different jurisdictions and stock markets and also investment banks in evaluating different companies. And the critical criteria that they all adopt are all similar in environment, social, corporate governance, and business ethics, etc. So in the G20, B20 International ESG and Business Action Council Task Force, we discussed all these, and really we came up with the recommendation, which I already shared with you, that we want to create a more level playing field across the world for ESG reporting for companies and countries. And as such, the G20 leaders support these and has supported ISSB to develop a new ESG framework for adoptions around the world. And ISSB has presented this. This includes two parts, the IFRS S1 and the S2. The S1 is focused on disclosure of sustainability report-related financial information, and S2 is related to climate-related disclosures. And there's a lot of engagements and implementations that are going on globally, and these will take time. And of course, the G20 leaders have agreed to have a 5-year window for implementation across the G20 countries, which of course will be including also many other countries around the world. At this stage, ISSB has also pushed out different disclosure requirements, and they have set up different chapters around the world to promote this development. And one of the very important rollout chapter center is in Singapore. And at this stage, I'm happy to share with you that over 20 jurisdictions around the world have decided or announced that they will be adopting ISSB ESG framework as their new ESG framework. And also in my discussions with the International Organization of Security Commissions, which actually is the unifying international organization for all the stock exchange and the SFCs, i.e. the Security Financial Commissions of different countries, there is active engagements across the world with all the financial regulators and the stock market regulators that they will accelerate the implementation of the new ISSB ESG framework so that it is in line with the G20 leader guidelines and timelines that they've agreed. But at the same time, it is important to recognize that this also recognizes the important principle developed by the G20 leaders, which is that it is the common but differentiated responsibility, i.e. each country, they will support the key countries, G20 countries will support the new ESG framework, but at the same time, they have the differentiated responsibility to implement the system in accordance with their national requirements. So you will see different countries coming up with different implementation procedures or guidelines and timelines. And this is fully in line with the G20 leaders' agreements. I'd like to share with you actually some of the global outlook. I was very honored to be invited to go to an international climate summit in the Windsor Castle, which was chaired by Lord Howell on behalf of King Charles. And we had representatives from different countries there sharing. And there they confirmed, the representatives from different countries confirmed the interest in ESG, particularly in the rise in ESG investment. And ESG financial investment has accelerated, and green finance to about $5 to $7 trillion at this moment in time. And looking ahead, they will continue to accelerate these ESG implementations and investments. And looking ahead, there is really very strong growth for green and ESG investment. They expect this 5 to 7 trillion will grow by about 5 to 6 times to about $30 trillion globally by 2030. So this is a huge amount of investment, which will, of course, require a lot of discipline, particularly with ESG and other areas, to make sure that these investments are appropriate and correct and help to mitigate climate change globally. So in this very short present, I try to share with you the work we've done with on climate change and also with G20 B20, particularly on climate and sustainability and ESG in business. I hope this will help to contribute to this very excellent award and event that Nisha and CorpStage has been organizing. And I'm very happy to be invited by them to give the keynote presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wong. That was really an insightful keynote presentation. And we definitely are moving towards, and the world is moving towards ESG investments and great development. Your perspective and the presentation has really shed light on the path forward for sustainable transformation. Let us now transition to a few presentations that we have by our distinguished nominees for today. And we start with the first one, which is the Nickel Industries. Nickel Industries Limited is an ASX-listed company that specializes in nickel mining and low-cost downstream processing, producing nickel for the stainless steel industry and the electric vehicle supply chain. The company is committed to sustainability, focusing on reducing its carbon footprint and implementing environmentally friendly practices in its operations. Let us now have a look at the video.
Nickel Industries' 80% owned Hengjaya nickel mine, located in Indonesia's central Sulawesi region, is a world-class 183-hectare nickel laterite mine close to the Indonesian Morowali Industrial Park, which is the world's largest fully vertically integrated nickel processing and stainless steel park, producing a broad suite of nickel products including nickel pig iron, nickel matte, mixed hydroxide precipitate and nickel cathode. Hengjaya is a large tonnage, high-grade, long-life mine with a 20-year mine production licence and 2 further 10-year extensions. The mine produces high-quality nickel saprolite and limonite ore, 2 forms of ore in high demand as they serve as vital feedstock for Indonesia's world-scale RKEF and HPAL operations. Our Hengjaya mine operations are a leader in sustainable and responsible mining, having been awarded the coveted Green Proper rating, one of only 2 nickel mines in Indonesia to receive this rating. We have also received the highest MSCI rating for any Indonesian mining and metals company and rank in the top 3rd percentile on the S&P Global Sustainability Index. Our core ESG pillars are focused on local community, employment, empowerment and development, achieved through a number of programs including education, health, waste management, women's empowerment and adoption of renewable energy. Hengjaya Mine is committed to comprehensive biodiversity and rehabilitation programs, which since 2019 have seen it remediate over 2,000 hectares of land by planting over 2 million trees that will provide a significant future income stream for the local communities.
Thank you. The next up we have is REN, the largest electricity infrastructure company in Portugal that has been in operation for nearly 75 years. For REN, sustainability means guiding business actions while respecting the company's founding values. So let us have a look at this now. Thank you so much, team. As we continue with our program, we are delighted to bring you one of the evening's highlights, a fireside chat featuring an insightful discussion between Dr. Nisha Kohli and Dr. Jagannathan, the Senior General Manager at Shobha Realty. Dr. Jagannathan is a pioneer in sustainable development who brings a wealth of expertise in ESG. In this conversation, Dr. Kohli and Dr. Jagannathan will delve into the evolving complexities of ESG and discuss the critical role of integrity and impactful actions in creating sustainable growth. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in turning our attention as we listen to this exclusive interview with Dr. Jagannathan.
Welcome, Dr. Jagannathan. Thank you so much for being here. We are honored to have you here.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to join you. And thanks for having me in your fireside chat.
Thank you. Dr. Jagannathan, I'll start with my first question without taking much of your time. I'll start that if you can describe about your roles and responsibilities at Shobha Realty.
Certainly, it would be of interest to the listeners as well to know about Shobha Realty. I would say it is one of the very few, if not the only one, with a well-performing backward integrated model, by which I mean all core expertise and components required in the real estate development are available in-house within Shobha. So I do represent the sustainability department at the corporate level. But within Shobha, we have different verticals. One starting with the development, which is responsible for identifying land banks and creating developments, including the master plans. We have a fully functional architectural and engineering practice of over 500 people doing the complete structural, mechanical, civil, infra, landscaping, all disciplinary works within architectural firm. We have over 20,000 plus working in Shobha construction. We have our own Shobha facility management and Shobha community management. On top of it, we also have verticals for furniture called Shobha module, Shobha furniture. We have pod and facade manufacturing entity, Shobha energy. So all put together, we are a big group with all with the core competencies available in house, which gives us the enormous advantage in terms of driving whatever it may be, quality, sustainability, craftsmanship, time. So that is a high level introduction of Shobha. And as far as my role is concerned, I am heading the sustainability and climate action. And I am responsible for driving sustainability programs across the vertical, right from short-term objectives to long-term emission reduction plans. That's the brief of my work.
Okay, thank you very much. And while you were talking, I was so intrigued to learn more about the different verticals. But and that also reminded me of one of the stint that I did back in 2011 in Sri Lanka. I also worked with a real estate company, and that was into land development and housing and commercial buildings, etc. So I was just reminded of my work there.
And you're right. In general, real estate firms operate in isolation, or it's quite fragmented in terms of the expertise. You have a developer giving the entire activity to a consultant. The consultant in turn writes the RFPs and then appoints the contractor. So the initiative or whatever is the charter does not get percolated across the chain with equal strength.
Yes, yeah, I agree. And then I think it's a good model that, it's entirely integrated. And I'm also intrigued to know about Shobha Energy. So is that into renewable energy?
It at the moment is mainly into district cooling, where we'd like to supply chilled water to the master plans and the entire community that we are going to build and operate.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Not a
So,
problem.
yeah, as a general manager of senior general manager of sustainability and climate action, do you see any challenges that are there for sustainability initiatives related to real estate sector? Because real estate sector is kind of contributing to about 30%, of the total emissions in the world today. So,
Yeah,
what are you?
there are. Uh, Before I come to Shobha, in general, when it comes to challenges, there are. I would break it down to external challenges and internal. So internal challenges mainly stem from the task of creating awareness and creating the right buy-in from internal stakeholders, which in our case is pretty much. I would say I'm lucky to say that it is pretty much zero, because the leadership believes in sustainability. That is by default a law. The leadership believes that if we have to grow the way we are growing at the moment, the only way it is possible is by being sustainable. It brings in benefits to company, to the brand, and to the wider stakeholders. But this is a challenge that generally developers face outside of Shobha in trying to create the awareness to the consultant, creating the awareness to the contractor, creating the awareness to the supply chain, and things like that. But again, having said that, while we have done well in terms of assimilating the leadership and percolating them down to the entire all groups across Shobha, the external challenges still remain, uh, which I could break it down to a few components. Um, the same level of awareness that need to be developed with external stakeholders stays, for example, sustainable supply chain. And so lack of skilled available resources are also a challenge within the real estate development, real estate sector at the moment. There are a few regulatory challenges as well when it comes to deploying renewable energy. You may not have the flexibility to add on solar PVs to the grid. The policies do not permit, in which case we are constrained to follow a limited renewable energy only. So there are some, so these are few challenges. And then when it comes to materials, we want to go green, but do we have green supply chain to the full extent? Do we have an absolutely green steel or cement or concrete? So availability of green materials, availability of skilled manpower, and the few regulatory bottlenecks continue to be challenges, not only for us here, but that's there in many parts of the world. And the market is slowly trying to overcome those challenges.
Yeah. I totally agree with your first challenge that you talked about, that the buy-in challenge, the internal one, and luckily that it's zero in your company, and happy to learn that there is a very good mindset and awareness in the company internally. So congratulations for that. I think
Uh,
that's really positive for the company. Um, but and then when I keep listening to the conversations and keep hearing, this is a bigger challenge for companies and sustainability officers to get the buy-ins. Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, this morning I was having a 2 hours discussion with an external stakeholder to drive the green building certification, one of the green building in Shobha currently under design certification. So we had the members from development, from consultant, from contractor, civil contractor, MEP, all those being part of the discussion. So that they clearly know they're all part of our own Shobha and they work only for Shobha. They do not work for any other projects. So that is a strength we have in to that extent. The efforts to convince them, efforts to have their buy-in, efforts to communicate is significantly shrunk by virtue of this system. And Harvard they came to carry out a study of this unique backward integrated model, and they did write that it is proving to be of great advantage to Shobha.
Okay, that's really very good. Yeah, and external challenges, I agree that they are there, and then it will take time for the world overall and the value chain to transition. So I think, those are challenges. While I was there at COP28, I noticed that there are lots of, ideas or innovative ideas are there for green cement or green concrete and things like that, but they all need scaling up. So yes, that still,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
There are,
scale,
but they need scaling up. Correct.
yeah. Another challenge that I keep hearing from corporate world is about, integrating the climate action strategies with the actual or so-called, usual business strategies or the business as usual, those kind of strategies. So how do you integrate climate action or ESG strategies in the business strategies?
This is a very important question and a very relevant one. Integrating ESG strategies into overall business strategy. I think we should start with a thorough understanding of where we are and where we want to be. That stems from leadership, of course. Now, leadership says that uh, we want to be the leader in sustainability for built environment. With that premise, we undertook a pledge with the Ministry of Climate Change UAE to support them in their net zero by 2050 strategic initiative.
Okay.
Now, as part of the pledge, we carried out a comprehensive greenhouse gas assessment.
Okay.
We are 3 years into ESG reporting, but right after first year, we undertook a materiality analysis and decided that these are items that are of relevance to Shobha. It is the energy, water, waste on the E part, and same and parameters on S and G part as well. Having done that, we started breaking those into various verticals, dividing those across the verticals of Shobha. So each and every Shobha's vertical had their own ESG goals and targets. It might be certification, it may be demand side management, it can be energy audit, it can be water saving, it can be biodiesel, it could be renewable energy, it could be any of those, which were in which each and every vertical had a share. If it comes to social, it could be diversity, it has been localization or emiratization, more of training programs. So what I'm trying to say is, uh, after, by virtue of ESG reporting, we formed a ESG committee.
Okay.
That ESG committee has members across the group. And by virtue of the committee, the main task of committee is to discuss ESG strategy. Now, when we are developing ESG report, when we did the materiality analysis, when we did the peer group benchmarking, we formed a strategy for ESG for Shobha as a group. Those strategies were discussed in the ESG committee. Those strategies were presented to the leadership, and now each and every vertical has they volunteered to give a set of ESG goals, which has goals and targets across ES and G. And the best thing is these goals and targets were stitched into the KPI of head of departments.
Okay.
So Shobha Construction example has to. They have set a target. They have set a goal of X kilowatt of solar energy by 2025, 2027. It becomes their target by default. So, and because it is their part of their goals and targets, it got automatically stitched into the business strategy. So that's the way the entire thing is streamlined. Commitment, involvement in setting goals and targets, putting them as a part of the strategy, and discussing the strategy in the committee, and thereby bringing it to management. That's the way it is working.
Okay, and is it safe to assume that when it is tied to the, vertical heads or departmental heads targets, can we assume that it is also tied to their executive pay?
Yeah, yeah, it is. we have not. That's an important point. It could be, but it has not been put in black and white. Because when it comes to linking executive compensation to the ESG strategies, I would say very low percentage in the global firms even have done that. Even where they have done, they have tried to play around with the words to make sure that they are getting compensated. Something like that is there. But management is uh, all, I'm sure that the view of the management is to have ESG goals and targets as a part of a department's performance assessment.
Sorry, it just popped up in my head and asked about that question.
No, it's a
I've been
question, but
reading a lot about executive pay. Yeah, so
the genuineness is there, the sincerity is there, the commitment is there.
that's very good. Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to know what framework of reporting you adopt. Do you adopt GRI? Because I know that UAE or Dubai itself has not yet mandated the framework.
They have not mandated. We follow GRI framework for ESG reporting at a broad level. Although there are some alignments to earlier SAS, B, and other SAS, but predominantly the trend is GRI. The theme is GRI.
Yeah. And how about GRASP? And do you submit data to GRASP platform as well?
Yeah, we did submit. Just wanted to have an important message. The entire climate reporting, ESGs or greenhouse gas, have all been driven by the leadership on a voluntary basis. Because we are not a limited company, we are not mandated by any regulatory framework or stock exchanges or anyone to carry out a climate reporting or non-financial reporting, but we did on our own. That's what we wanted to show to the community, to the stakeholders, what our achievements are and what our aspirations are. And to your question on GRISP, we also wanted to participate in GRISP and see how our ESG benchmarking is. So the first year, we achieved a benchmarking score of 72%, 72 plus, which GRISP said is the very high level for the first time entrance, which very few people did. The average is around 60, but we have got 72 based on what we disclosed for our it was for management and development components of GRISP. This year, our rank shot to 92.5. So from 1 star, it shot to 3 star. So and these are again based on our own gap analysis and our own development of the enhancement of our own capability through policies, programs, and various other activities. And again, in this, the management believes that we have to continue to do what is right. And if it happens, turns out in the form of points, it's good. But we are not here to chase points, but we are here to do what is good, what we believe is sustainable.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing that.
But as far as GRISP is concerned, it has shot significantly our ranks as we have made great gains in our ranking.
That's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I was in touch with GRESB for the last couple of years because when we were developing CorpStage, we were also thinking of adopting their framework for the real estate industry. But then later on, when things evolved for us as well, we thought of going with mandated compliance-based reporting. For example, now we have ISSB, and which has TCFD integrated into that, and then BRSR, and of course GRI is not yet mandated, but we do have GRI and CDP as well. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to learn one example, if you can share with us, or any case or any instance that you have adopted a global sustainability trend or a practice and implemented that in your local market or in your company.
When we talk of global practice, at the moment, the theme is Paris Climate Deal, net zero by 2050 emissions, right? So that theme of emissions or decarbonization is spreading across various sectors, and built environment is also part. So, so in terms of global practices, people want to understand where they are and then put together a set of strategies or interventions to reduce their emissions. So we followed the same thing, followed the global practice, and as I said, carried out comprehensive greenhouse gas assessment, which included Scope 1 and Scope 2 alone in the year 2022, because we felt let us try to understand those that are under our control and then move to Scope 3, which anyway people are adopting a spend-based approach, which is still not accurate. But we started with 1 and 2, and this year we did 3 also. So so to begin with, we carried out emissions estimation to understand where we are, and then we set in decarbonization levers to reach us to net zero by 2050 at the moment. In terms of best practices, again, we have followed a lot of them. To begin with, green building certification for all our buildings with a focus on energy, water, and waste. Demand side management on our existing offices in order to optimize the resources, energy, water, and waste. We followed this, we reached out to a supply chain in order to understand, in order to procure green materials. And engaging the supply chain is one of the key components to drive sustainability to all the stakeholders. We even used a platform to start benchmarking them. At the moment, however, we are not using those screening to pre-qualify or to dismiss any supplier. This is only to understand the extent of maturity of the supply chain in sustainability. And over a period of time, we have a sustainable procurement policy as well. But over a period of time, we plan to actually use those methodologies to screen and then to pre-qualify as well when the maturity really when we are there. And we have started deploying renewable energy in various areas possible. We have, for example, a big bank of car park shades with renewable energy, and all our new buildings are also embedding renewable energy into the rooftop wherever it is permitted by the authorities. As far as the site is concerned, we have started decarbonizing the fuel at site by slowly using biodiesel in our generators, by exploring biodiesel for our site equipment. We are switching fuel to EVs in a phased manner. So these are the areas where I think we have pretty much resonated or aligned ourselves with the global best practices. And yeah, I think that's a few of them that I shared with you.
Very inspiring. Yeah, thank you so much. In the interest of time, I'll move to the last question. How do you see the future of sustainable real estate evolving over the coming years?
Yeah, real estate or built environment, as you rightly made in the beginning, it's about a third of global emissions. And when we talk of cities, they are about 70%, 65 to 70% of the emissions are from cities, and a major part of them are from built environment. When we talk of net zero or decarbonization, we talk of different sectors, right? Or the core sectors such as power, industry, and then transportation, shipping, aviation. Buildings, as such, they are not the key sector, but they have components from all sectors. We have from the power sector, we have transportation, industries. So to that extent, it is an important piece of puzzle in our net zero game. Going forward, I would have, as far as the built environment is concerned, there will be more focus on embodied carbon, on which we have a bit of a limited hold at the moment. But as we progress, how we discussed earlier in the program, there are a lot of technologies around materials which are in the advanced stages of design, which they just have to go to the development, demonstration, and deployment. There are materials that are challenging the current concrete and cement technology. They are talking of alternate chemistry as well. So I would consider a lot of focus on the embodied carbon. Also, there's going to be a more focus on performance of the existing asset. So there's no matter what we do as far as certification is concerned on the new buildings, certification is just a piece of paper. So the piece of the pudding is the real performance is what matters. And so there'll be a trend towards from paper to performance or design to delivery. So there'll be more focus on existing buildings such as retrofits and others. Um, so I think that these are things that I would see taking place in built environment or real estate, and the latest infiltration of um, artificial intelligence, IoT, and big data are also going to have a significant impact on the buildings. We have robotics that are playing a part in construction technology. We have PropTech and Contech. These were not heard of a few years back. They are actively being pursued in the current games. So the future is exciting and challenging as well. But I would see a good transformation happening in that sector.
Yeah. Wow, there's lots going on in the real estate sector, yeah, from
There is
technology to transformation to sustainability to greening of things. And thank you so much for sharing about the embodied carbon also. So it's a good, way of locking the carbon in buildings, and then, you're talking about different industries contributing to it, right? So overall,
correct. Yes, certainly.
yeah, and so yes, so we hope that, in the long run, we'll be able to leave a legacy for our future generations to come. And, we'll not carry this burden in the heaven or hell, with us. And we will leave our children happy behind, with the sustainable measures that we are taking today. So thank you very much for sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly, when you say the measures that we are taking today, that's where we need clarity as well. In the current game of this, there's a lot of focus on net zero per se, or net zero as a terminology. Uh, I'm afraid that in that race for the things that are going to be in the future, we might lose our grip on those that are under our control. So net zero depends on so many aspects, right? You have to get the power to zero, industry to zero, transportation to zero, shipping to zero, aviation to zero, embodied carbon to zero. Those are things that we do not have control. We do not know how the power sector is going to behave with 100% renewable energy. We do not know how the other sectors or hard to abate sectors are going to adopt net zero. But what is certainly in our hand is the way we operate our business. We try to reduce resources as much as possible from our side. These may appear as small interventions or low-hanging fruits, not of big value, but they are when you put all of them together. So when demand-side management is a real key, where we assess our own demand and really check if that is required to use this much of resources. That will play a lot of passive role in kickstarting emission reduction program. And of course, when technologies evolve, when others matured and they all fall in place, we might hit net zero, we don't know. But at least when you say we have a legacy where we don't regret later, we have a legacy where we've done our best and leave the rest for the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nisha Kohli and Dr. Jagannathan, for the wonderful fireside chat and the most insightful. Now we move forward to the next round of presentations from our nominees. The first one that we're having is by The Hidden Sea. The Hidden Sea is an Australian wine company, and for every one bottle of the Hidden Sea that they sell, they remove or recycle the equivalent of 10 plastic bottles from oceans and rivers. Now let's have a look.
Just coming out of the water, and look what we've found. There's just so much rubbish. We've got plastics of all sorts. You name it, it's down there. We
call the wine the Hidden Sea because where the vineyards are in Australia was once covered by the Great Southern Ocean, so it is now the Hidden Sea. Naturally, with that close association to the ocean, we started to care more and more about ocean health. There is only one ocean, not oceans, so it doesn't matter where it comes from. So if you look at our purpose, really simple.
One wine, one mission to remove plastic
From the world's ocean. The hypothesis we're trying to prove, profit for purpose is a good thing. Not only can we be a part of a brand that is growing, it is actually doing something good for the planet.
What sets these apart?
A great price point, and you're actually doing your good deeds for the day.
Oh, I love that.
By drinking this wine, this is the great thing. We're supporting a great cause.
For every bottle of wine we sell, we will remove the equivalent of 10
Single-use plastic water bottles out of that ocean.
We're simply giving consumers a choice. When they go and buy a bottle of wine, they can buy a bottle of wine that removes 10 plastic bottles from the ocean, or they can buy a wine that doesn't.
Who likes the wine?
Quite often you think the problem is not our problem. You know, plastic isn't the big issue here. We don't see a lot of plastic on the beaches. It doesn't make it out into the ocean. It's there, guys. I mean, look at the rubbish that finds its way into the ocean. The only thing is we don't see it. This is proof that this exists, and we're here on the ground to do something about it.
And the winner is the Hidden Sea for its approach to sustainability and simple, highly focused mission to remove plastic from the ocean.
Our wines have won multiple People's Choice Wine Awards and won the coveted Global Drinks Intel ESG Award for Sustainable Wine Product.
We have full transparency on the delivery of our sustainability promise. At any time, you can scan the QR code on the side of the Hidden Sea bottle and see up-to-date tally of the number of plastic bottles we have removed from the ocean.
In just 2 years, we helped build the world's largest plastic pyramid in Egypt, made from plastic retrieved from the Nile.
Let's go do some diving. Partnered in a world's first simultaneous cleanup of all 7 seas around the world in one day.
Inspired 31 beach cleanups in 31 days around the world for Plastic-Free July.
Removed the rough equivalent in weight of a fully loaded 747 worth of plastic from the ocean.
Helped install permanent plastic collection barriers in 2 of the world's dirtiest rivers in Bali, Indonesia and the Philippines.
Participated in a cleanup that removed over 3,100 pounds of trash from the world's largest sand island.
In a recent collaboration, we sold over 64,000 bottles in just 2 weeks.
I've been traveling around the world for years with the Hidden Sea global brand, and people love the wines that we make and tell me how delicious they are. And then they're just blown away by the impact that we are having on the ocean.
I'll remove 100 for each use single-use plastic water bottles out of the ocean and recycle it.
So give you a hug?
Thanks. You're really welcome. Thanks, guys.
From the Hidden Sea?
Yes, I'm from the Hidden Sea.
Oh, no way! I love the Hidden Sea.
Our brand is well positioned in the fastest growing sustainable segment with legal age, Gen Z and millennial consumers.
How did you find the wine?
Absolutely delicious. This is delicious. This is awesome.
A beautiful movement with a beautiful, beautiful wine.
Buy any other wine. They're all delicious.
That's fantastic.
Hey, ready to go. I need you to do me a favour. Tell your friends, enjoy your delicious wine, and let's save the sea together.
What was that?
Who does that?
Join us on our journey to remove 1 billion plastic bottles from the ocean. We're going to head off for a little walk. We'll see you on the other side. Yeah, come on.
Well. So now it's time for a small breather and let us have this wonderful poll and let us answer this question. We will take a moment and you can all submit your answers. Well, thank you for all of your participation, and your answers have been submitted and we have received them. Right. Moving on, let us get to the next nominee presentation that we have from Siloam International Hospital, the largest private hospital network that provides health service facilities and hospitals and clinics in various cities in Indonesia. Siloam Hospitals has more than 41 hospital branches and 25 clinics equipped with complete facilities and professional medical staff ready to provide quality and international standard medical services to patients. Let us invite now Christina Rennie for helping us know more about Siloam Hospital. Thank you, Rennie, for joining us. Thank you, Christina. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So thank you for your time today. Let me share about Siloam Hospital's sustainability program. Let me share my screen just a moment. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can see my screen now. Okay. So as Asaf mentioned earlier, PT Siloam International Hospitals is the largest private hospitals in Indonesia. So basically we have around more than 41 hospitals and 73 clinics. And we have more than 3,000 doctors and also specialists across our hospital. And we also have more than 8,000 nurses and health workers. So basically, Siloam Hospital is committed to making a positive impact through our initiatives, through our sustainability programs. We have some initiatives in workplace, also in the environment, and also for the community. So the previous company have shared a lot regarding the environmental side. So we are in the healthcare industry. We want to provide also for our community. So let us share our initiatives in the community program. Yeah. So since last year in Siloam, we have the community program called Selangkah or Semangat Lawan Kanker, which in English is the fighting against cancer. As you can see here, more than 30% of cancer in female is breast cancer. So actually in October, it's recognized as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I think it's the right time now to share with you about what we do in Siloam regarding the breast cancer. So yeah, you can see in the chart here, more than 30% of the cancer cases are breast cancer, which is quite significant. To this day, the exact cause of breast cancer remains unknown. So it's different than the cervix cancer. So which is, we believe that our program, the Selangkah or Semangat Lawan Kanker, is essential for our communities. You know, combating the cancer is a shared responsibility. Here in Indonesia, the National Health Insurance Program actually covers the breast cancer treatment. But however, if it often comes too late. So in fact, more than 70% of women are already at advanced stages when diagnosed. So Siloam, we are committed to raising awareness about the importance of the breast cancer screening as well as the early detection. we want to give the society access to do the breast cancer screening. So until now, the Selangkah program, we are already screened more than 23,000 women all across Indonesia. So until now, we do a lot of activities. We do the awareness and education program. We also do the community outreach program, and we also do the breast cancer screening program, both in hospital and on location sites. We aim to screen more than 50 women across Indonesia, age 35 and above. So currently it's supported by 22 out of 41 Siloam hospitals across Indonesia. We do the screening, the cancer screening through the ultrasound and also the mammography screening. So basically, more than 23,000 have been screened. And for the education session, we already reached almost 400,000 participants to join and to know more about the importance of the early detection. Yeah, so for the educational campaign and community outreach program, we do a lot of activities such as the health talks. We also conduct the talk show online in radio as well as in social media. And until now, we already reach around 400 viewers and listeners. So hopefully, by doing this program, we can make a good impact and also raise the awareness to Indonesian society, as well as giving them the access to breast cancer screening. Because until now, the screening is not the most important thing that we do in Indonesia. So usually we just go to the doctor when we diagnose something like that, but usually it's too late. So hopefully by doing this program, a lot of people will be have more good quality life, because if it's detected earlier, we can do a lot of more treatment, and they will have a better health condition. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Hopefully it can give inspiration as well for the other corporation across the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. And thank you to all our nominees for sharing their journeys. We appreciate it. It's now time to introduce Thilan Anuradha. He's based out of Australia and is leading operations at CorpStage. He has been in the management and have been successfully driving strategies and operations for 23 years. Thilan will share insights on the latest developments in ESG and discuss CorpStage's role in advancing sustainable practices. So let us now welcome Thilan Anuradha. Over to you.
Thank you, Dianji. I would like to start saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, because I have seen a lot of people in and around the world. I think you all can see my presentation. Thank you. It's truly an honor to be here today at GRIT Awards. Even if you are meeting virtually, I am thrilled to be in this digital space filled with such professional individuals who are dedicated to make the world a better place, more sustainable place. Today, I want to share the story of CorpStage, our commitment to ESG, and how we striving to make world a better place, a sustainable place for future. Imagine a small business owner who want to embrace sustainability but is overwhelmed by the complexity of ESG compliance and reporting. They know that to thrive in the future, they must be responsible and transparent. But this journey is not so easy, full of complex evolving regulations, complex data, and requirements for innovation. From the beginning of 2020, CorpStage had the vision and knew that the regulations would evolve and ESG reporting will become mandatory. And So we started working to address these challenges. Our vision is a world where every business, large or small, can confidently take that step towards a sustainable future. And our purpose is to make ESG affordable, accessible, and easily implementable for everyone. So businesses can contribute to make the world a better place without feeling overwhelmed. CorpStage offers our services under 4 main pillars. Our first pillar is CorpStage 360 ESG platform and ESG audit services, ESG consulting service, and ESG academy. If I go through one by one, CorpStage 360 ESG platform is our flagship project. CorpStage 360 is your complete ESG companion. This is a platform, all-in-one solution that guides businesses through every aspect of their ESG journey. It is a B2B SaaS, or I would rather say it's a B2B PaaS platform as a service. I like to highlight few features of the platform. We have customizable reporting feature, which help companies to report their progress in alignment with frameworks such as GRI, ISSB S1, S2, SASB, CSRD, TCFD, and CDP, and BRSR also, ensuring their sustainability story is told effectively. And we have a real-time dashboard where businesses can have immediate insights into their ESG performance, allowing for quick decision-making. And we have an integrated carbon management tool for those aiming for carbon neutrality. Our carbon management tool supports tracking, reducing, and ultimately neutralizing emissions. And we have features and tools for supply and client engagement. So companies can do traceability, due diligence, and effective communication to all their stakeholders to streamline their stakeholder interactions. And in our next presentation, you will hear more about CorpStage platform, which is done by Ashid and our French partner. Our second pillar is ESG audit service. This is to raise the bar in ESG reporting and compliance. We lately have been involved in offering ESG audit services as regulations are evolving. It's critical for businesses to stay compliant and continuously improve their ESG practices. So under that, I like to highlight 3 main points. What we are working on: regulatory compliance. We help businesses to navigate the complexities of ESG compliance, ensuring they meet all relevant standards. And performance benchmarking. Our audit allows businesses to see how they stack up against their peers, highlighting areas for improvement. And without stopping there, we involve in continuous improvement. The goal is not to comply, but to excel. We help businesses identify opportunities for ongoing enhancements in sustainability. Our third pillar is ESG consulting services. We provide tailored guidance and recommendations for businesses because every business is unique, and our ESG consulting service provides personalized guidance to help you navigate your specific challenges. So we have bespoke ESG strategies. We work closely with our clients to develop strategies that align with their goals and industry requirements. And without stopping there, we help them to implement. We are not just consultants, we help them to implement also. Our team is there every step of the way, making sure plans turn into actions. And we have industry experts with us. So we do industry-specific solutions from manufacturing to finance. We tailor our solutions to meet the distinct need of each and every industry. Our fourth pillar is the ESG Academy, empowering through education. when we talk about change management, education is a very important tool for transformation. So we have our services in 3 areas under ESG Academy. Comprehensive ESG training. Our academy offers a variety of courses designed to educate teams on ESG principles and best practices. And we offer certification where employees can gain certifications to become ESG leaders in their own organizations. And workshops and webinars. We conduct regular sessions to keep teams informed about the latest ESG trends and emerging practices. And without stopping there, we have our special event, which we are all participating today, the GRIT Awards, recognizing ESG leadership. Beyond our services, CorpStage also proudly organized this GRIT Awards. This is an independent arm exists to recognize the individuals, companies, and organizations that are leading the change for a better world. It is our way of celebrating those who are making a difference, those who are future-proofing for our planet through meaningful actions. We already witnessed few of those and more to come. I would like to speak few words about our expansion and the global reach. We are proud to have a diverse client portfolio that includes companies across industries, from manufacturing to finance and technology, who trust to help them navigate their ESG journeys. Our clients range from small businesses taking their first steps in sustainability to multinational corporations setting new standards in ESG excellence. Our work is not confined to one region. We have partners around the world. In Australia, covering Asia Pacific region, in France, covering Europe, in Dubai, covering Middle East, and in Sri Lanka and India, covering Asia. Together we actually cater to companies across Europe, America, Singapore, Indonesia, India, Saudi Arabia, and beyond. With a team of over 50 dedicated professionals around the world, we ensure that our services are accessible and effective wherever they are needed. So finally, at CorpStage, we believe that sustainability should not be a privilege. It should be available to everyone. So our purpose, as I said earlier, we want to make ESG affordable, accessible, and easy to implement for every business, regardless of its size or location. Because when we do that, we all win. Businesses thrive, people prosper, and the planet heal. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time today. I look forward to connecting with many of you as we work together to build a sustainable, resilient future for all of us with CorpStage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dilan. That was wonderfully put together, all the information. And thank you for your contribution here. We shall now move forward to another presentation of one of our nominees, that is Noran Lanka. Noran Lanka is a member of MAS Holdings, which is the largest apparel manufacturer in South Asia. Noran Lanka is the first in the industry to collectively use a range of 100% natural dyes, free of toxins and chemicals in warp knits. I would now like to invite Samani Jayatulaka to help us with their video and presentation. Over to you, please.
We cannot hear anything.
Yeah, I think we should connect with her in a moment.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience, everyone.
We are able to see the video, but it's not audible. So I think there is a technical network issue somewhere.
Danushka, can we check with the speaker?
Yes, I think looks like there's a technical issue. She has played the video. I could see the video, but we didn't hear it. Let's I will connect with her and try to get that video again.
Let's move on
Let's
to
move
the
forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then. All right, well, let us move forward. We now are coming to a highly anticipated part of the evening that we have been waiting for, the announcement of the ESG and Sustainability Awards. These awards honor outstanding individuals and organizations that have demonstrated excellence in sustainable practices and are leading the way in ESG. Please join me in celebrating this year's winners whose dedication and achievements serve as an inspiration to us all. For this, I'm going to invite Mr. Danushka Veeratunga to announce the winners for us.
Thank you, Devanshi. Let's move on to the first winners of the GRIT Awards 2024. Best Green Technology Pioneer Award. Next is the Best UN SDG Impact Overall Award. And the award goes to
Ren.
And the award goes to and the next award is the Environmental Excellence Award. The award goes to next is Best UN SDG Impact Award for Life Underwater. The next company has actually won 2 awards, Best Waste Management Solutions Award and ESG Excellence Award. Let's see the Next is the ESG Changemaker Award. Award goes to Sureco Partners. The next award is the Best Climate Reporting and Transparency Award. And the award goes to the industry. Next is the Social Impact Champion Award. And the award goes to Siloam International Hospitals. Next award is another unique award, Best UN SDG Impact Award for Good Health and Well-being and for Zero Hunger, SDG 2 and SDG 3. Let's see who the winner is. The winner is One Crop Wellness from India. Next are the individual awards. We have 4 award winners this year. The first award is a Sustainability Champion Women. Let's see who the winner is. And the Sustainability Champion for Women is Jessica Jacobs from Panama. She's the CEO of Sureco Partners. And the next award is Sustainability Champion for Men. The award goes to Sangau Mandari, Chairman and CEO of SG Analytics. Thank you.
Danushka, we have Gagan here from Reflex. Maybe we can have 2 minutes from him.
Hello, Gagan. I didn't realize you are here. I was thinking that you were traveling. Would you like to say a couple of words?
Hi, hello, I'm Gagan here.
Hi, Gagan.
Yeah,
Hi,
please
Gagan.
pardon me. Actually, I have joined while I'm traveling, so probably it is not the right moment to contribute anything from my side. But I didn't want to miss this opportunity, so I'm joining.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
for both the awards that your company has won. And thank you very much for participating
Thank you
with
so
your
much.
busy
It
schedule.
is our privilege and pleasure to be part of with the CorpStage and this award program. And we appreciate from beginning to the end our collaboration with you and to understand about the award program that the award program and that selection procedure and that jury and starting from the beginning, I have gone through it and I found that okay, this is the award we should change as a company because we see transparency and a throughout structural approach. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gagan. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the Sustainability Champion Under 40. We have 2 winners this year. And the winners are Naru, Hans Larsen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Danushka, and congratulations to all our award winners. Your hard work and commitment to sustainability has set a very high standard for the rest of the world to follow. Okay, we have coming up now, we have to invite Jessica Jacob, the CEO and founder for Sureco Partners, one of our award-winning companies. Let us now hear them share their impact.
Hello, everyone. It's very late here at night in Panama, so I apologize for the quality of the video. I'm Jessica Jacob, and I'm truly honored to receive the Sustainability Champion Award for Women. And I'm very proud as well as the CEO and founder that Sureco & Partners has been recognized with the ESG Changemaker Award at the ESG GRIT Awards 2024. These recognitions celebrate not only my journey as an economist focusing on development and as a climate finance specialist, but also the dedication of my team at Sureco to advancing sustainable solutions and empowering communities through climate action. With a strong regional footprint across Latin America and the Caribbean, we have successfully implemented over 30 impactful initiatives in the recent years, focusing on environmental challenges, gender inclusion, and supporting vulnerable communities. Our work is powered by a collaborative team of over 150 experts, bringing regional perspective and diverse skills to every project we undertake. I am also deeply committed to investing in the future by nurturing young talent through hands-on experience in sustainability, preparing them to be tomorrow's leaders. With over 15 years of finance, climate change, and sustainable development, including over 6 years working at the Green Climate Fund, I am passionate about building pathways for resilience, equality, and local stakeholders integration. Thank you for this incredible honor and for joining us in our commitment to sustainable and an inclusive future. At Sureco & Partners, we are committed to driving sustainable and fighting against climate change across developing countries, mainly Latin America and the Caribbean, but since this year in Africa and sooner or later, the world. We believe that fostering collaboration, leveraging expertise, and empowering young talent, we can create a lasting positive impact. Let me briefly emphasize on 3 key points that we believe have been key to be recognized at the ESG GRIT Awards. First, regional footprint. Our extensive presence in the LAC region has allowed us to address a wide range of environmental and social challenges. In the past 3 years alone, we've successfully executed over 30 initiatives ranging from capacity building, stakeholder engagement, to the development of mitigation and adaptation projects and programs, with different financial instruments and collaboration platforms and partners, always with extensive consultation processes and the principle, very important, of gender inclusion and increasing impact in vulnerable communities. Second, team of experts. The strength of Sureco and Partners lies in our collaboration approach and global network of experts. By bringing together diverse perspectives and skills, our team integrates over 150 experts from 40 countries, all dedicated to making a difference, originating and building positive and sustainable capacities and projects. Last but not least, investing in the future. We believe the future of sustainable development rests in the hands of the next generation. That's why we are committed to nurturing young talent through our internship program. By providing opportunities for young professionals to gain hands-on experience, we are empowering them to become the future leaders in the field of sustainability. As a fact, we have had more than 50 interns in just the last 3 years. To finish, as we move forward, we invite you to join us on this journey as partners in the fight against climate change. Together, we can create a more sustainable and equitable world. Feel free to visit us and partner with us. Let's please collaborate all together, innovate, and inspire. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jessica. As we near the conclusion of our program, we are excited to provide an overview of CorpStage's ESG 360-degree platform, a powerful tool designed to streamline ESG reporting and management. To give us a closer look at this innovative platform, I am pleased to introduce Mr. Ashit Wadi, CTO and co-founder of CorpStage, based in Bangalore, India. He is a seasoned leader with over 26 years of expertise, specialized in driving digital transformation and pioneering technology innovations that redefine business landscape. He will guide us today on the features of the platform and how it supports companies in achieving their ESG goals. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Devansi. I presume that I'm audible and I'm visible through the camera as well.
Yes,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you so much. So wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank you for being part of this program. I feel I'm truly privileged to be here with all of you today, right? And if you look at the entire program, I understand I'm coming between the 2 great agenda items. We just finished that ESG Awards, and then the next one, we are going to conclude the event as well. So I'm somewhere standing between both these 2 great agenda items. So I know I have a difficult job to do. So also I don't intend to give any kind of presentation, neither I have a PPT or any kind of video that I would like to present. So I understand I have a difficult job to do as well on that front, where I have to explain the platform which is our CorpStage 360 without any kind of PPT and the video, right? I know, Thilan has already introduced the CorpStage, what we do as a company, what kind of the services we provide, and what is the platform that we have developed. So I will just, take few minutes to expand what on our mission, the mission that we have been chasing and the unique capabilities of our platform. Right? So if you look at CorpStage, we have our tagline, which is called, we are where the sustainability meets the intelligence. So that is the platform is all about. For the last 2 years, we have been collaborating with our customers, the partners, then the industry experts to create a kind of platform with ESG being at the core. So when we started talking to the various stakeholders, which are the customers, partner, and the industry experts, we wanted to address some of the biggest challenges that the enterprises or the corporates are facing today. So when we looked at the challenges, we realized we bucketed them broadly into the 5 categories. The first category was the compliance. So it was becoming difficult for the corporates or the enterprise to adapt to the evolving sustainability standards and the regulation. So that was the first challenge that, what we looked at. The second was that, the complex reporting framework. So if you look at the different kind of the reporting frameworks which are there today, and they are evolving as well. So navigating through this varied and the changing requirements of the reporting framework, it was the second biggest challenge that, what we found. The third thing we realized is that, the data management. So there are data which are already available within the corporate or within the enterprises, but they are residing in silos. So we understood integrating this siloed data across the heterogeneous platforms or the systems what the corporate would have is also a kind of a significant challenge which the corporate is facing. The next one we realized that is a stakeholder engagement. ESG is a subject or it is an area that where it requires that the ecosystem to be enabled as well. So it requires the improving communication and the collaboration amongst the stakeholders, and we realize that that is the fourth biggest challenge which the corporates are facing. The next one we realize that we need to have a kind of the system which will help the corporates or the enterprises in effective ESG monitoring, which will be efficient. It will help us to tracking the ESG initiatives on a real-time basis. So when we realize that these are the 5 top challenges that what the corporates or the enterprises are facing, and we need to come up with a kind of platform. That is where we have come up with a platform which is the CorpStage 360. So if you look at some of the salient features of the platform, I do understand once again, I'm sitting between the great ESG awards that we had and the next event, which is going to be the closing ceremony for this event. I will not take much of the time, but I would just talk about some of the salient features of our platform. So the first being that our platform is a data-driven ESG platform which helps in enabling data-backed tracking and the monitoring for the meaningful ESG impact. So whatever the corporates they do today as part of their ESG initiatives, our platform helps them by tracking and monitoring those ESG impact through through the commitment and through that the data-driven approach. The second part of our platform is the credible reporting. So our framework is framework agnostic. Platform is framework agnostic. Our platform supports verifiable data with the workflows which have been designed for external verification and audit based on the concrete evidence. So that is the second part of the feature what our platform has got. The third part what we have done is that our platform helps in streamlining the processes from the data input until the time that we report that the data. Right, saving time and ensuring consistency. So that is there's a level of the automation which we have brought in as part of our CorpStage 360 platform. The next one being that our platform also provides a shared space for the stakeholders to work together and communicate very seamlessly. So that is another salient feature that our platform has got. The next one, I would say that the risk assessment and the project management. Our platform provides a very, very comprehensive tool to assess the risk and create the project, track the KPIs, and manage the projects with the built-in project management features. So there are many of the tools or the utilities which we have developed, and they are embedded into our platform. The next one is the carbon accounting. So our platform handles the scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 reporting with up-to-date emission factors and with the option to record the reports in a kind of a blockchain-based platform for the added transparency. So we have done the integration of our platform with the kind of blockchain network as well. So that is where, like, we are talking about the carbon accounting, how the reports can be integrated and reported in a kind of blockchain-based platform. The next one, I would say that, our platform has got the ability to be integrated or it has got the ability to integrate with the various ERP systems what the, the corporate or the enterprises they will have. So that, by doing that, it will enhance the data accessibility between the different systems or the platforms with the corporate. Apart from that, as I mentioned before, we have enabled our platform with many of the utility and the tools which helps the corporate in the internal and the external assessment, or doing that custom analytics, or it helps them to do some kind of self-assessment of their ESG journey as well. Apart from what I talked about with respect to the corporate, how they can leverage our platform, we also have the feature which is the community engagement, where it helps to create the public and the private communities to foster collaboration and idea sharing amongst the members of these communities. The communities can be public or the communities can be private by any of the corporate. Last not the least, we also have created a kind of a marketplace, which so it is the marketplace is a hub, and the hub enables the ESG related product and the services to be exchanged between the kind of the buyer and the the supplier, right? So and it provides a kind it is not a kind of e-commerce platform at this point of time, but it is a marketplace which enables the interactions between the buyer and the supplier. So these are some of the salient features of this CorpStage 360 platform which we have developed in the last 2 years. And in the last couple of months, we launched this particular platform sometime around April. And after that, I think as Thilan talked about, we have been working with the kind of the various customers across the globe and across different industry segments as well. While we have been working with the different customers, we also have been listening to our partners, our customers, and our advisors as well. And we have been making some kind of enhancements to our platform as well. So which is an ongoing process for any of the platform that you see or you come across. So in the essence, if you really see, CorpStage is a holistic platform which enables companies not only comply with the regulations, but to drive very, very meaningful and impactful change. And we are here to support the enterprises at every stage of their sustainability journey, from strategy to execution and beyond. And thank you once again. Thanks for your time. And I think that we have almost closer to the or maybe that we have exceeded the time that what we had set for ourselves for this particular event. Once again, I take this opportunity to thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks for participating in this event as well. And I look forward to connecting with you to partner in your ESG journey. Thank you again. And over to you, Devansi.
Thank you, Mr. Ashik. That was a detailed and very well put together, I must say, overview of the CorpStage ESG platform. Thank you. So it is now time for us, an honor, to introduce Mr. Frank Euro, Chief of Growth at CorpStage.
Thank you very much, Devanshi. And that's my honor to be here and to present in front of you. And thank you, all of you, for being here tonight and for attending this GRIT Awards ceremony. It has been truly inspiring to witness the depth of commitment and innovation shared by each of you in advancing ESG values globally. That was really impressive event. And I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our keynote speakers, Mr. Henry Wang and Dr. Jagannathan, for their thoughtful and inspiring contributions tonight. Your expertise has set the tone for meaningful conversations and has given us valuable perspective on the evolving landscape of ESG. I also want to take a moment to express my deep appreciation to Dr. Nisha Kohli, our CEO at CorpStage. Her visionary leadership and unwavering dedication to advancing ESG initiatives has been instrumental in bringing all of us together for this impactful evening. I'd like to have a special thanks to Ashit and Tilan, members of the CorpStage leadership team, and I want to extend my thanks to every member of the CorpStage family, with a specific highlight to Ashan, Tilan, Akag, Shivani, Deepika, and Zintin from the marketing team under the leadership of Danushka. Hard work, passion, and commitment are the backbone of our mission at CorpStage. Each of you plays a crucial role in making our vision of a sustainable business a reality, and tonight's event is a testament of our dedication. And I would like now to have my warmly congratulate to the corporate and individual winners of the 2024 GRIT Awards. This evening, all of them have demonstrated to us that ESG excellence can come from any type of business, any areas, and that should not be segregated to only few areas focused on this. This is really the commitment of all of us, and everybody can excel on that. Your achievements exemplify the power of dedication to ESG principles and serve as an inspiration for all of us to push the boundaries of what's possible in sustainable business. At CorpStage, we envision a future where ESG practices are not just only embraced as a necessity, but celebrated as a driver for transformative change. We believe that sustainability must become a cornerstone of business strategy across sectors, and our work is fully dedicated to supporting that shift. In Europe, where I'm based and I'm developing, leading the activities of CorpStage, we see incredible and fast momentum as companies increasingly prioritize ESG integration. It is not merely about regulation compliance. It is really about embedding resilience, innovation, and responsible growth at every level of the company. Through initiatives like these GRIT Awards, CorpStage aims to amplify the impact of ESG, fostering a community that learns, shares, and grows together. Our mission is to empower businesses to adopt sustainable practices that contribute positively to society and to the environment. As we close this remarkable evening, I want to thank each of you again for your commitment to this cause. Together, and I'm saying again together, we are building a more sustainable and inclusive future. Thank you once again, and let's continue this journey with the same passion and purpose we have witnesses here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. That was a wonderful evening, of course. That brings us to the close of ESG GRIT Awards 2024. And on behalf of CorpStage, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for being part of this extraordinary evening. Tonight, we have celebrated the inspiring leaders, companies, and visionaries who have driven positive changes in the world of ESG and continue to do so. All of your dedication to sustainability and responsible practices is a powerful reminder that together we can build a more resilient and equitable future. As we leave here, may we carry forward the insights, connections, and motivation shared tonight, each of us contributing to the greater purpose of a sustainable tomorrow, just like going to the very theme of our GRIT Awards 2024. Thank you once again for joining all of us, and congratulations to all our nominees and winners To all the participants that have joined us today, to this evening, wishing you all a wonderful night ahead. Let us continue to make a powerful impact in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Devansi. I think thanks for hosting a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. And once again, a hearty congratulations to all the winners this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank, for your kind words. Thank you, team members. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Dhanushka.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. It was really a great job. Awesome. Really
Thank you
impressed.
all.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, good job, everyone.